6,000 coffee meetings.
Yep.
What is the one thing that you learned from 6,000 coffee meetings that I should know, that our viewers and listeners should know?
One thing? Wow. Boy, it's going to sound really basic, Dan, but when you're in a coffee meeting, can I like set the foundation of the coffee meeting? If you're a real estate agent, I'm not talking about having a coffee with a potential client, but talking about having a coffee with a potential referral partner.
Sure.
Two very basic things, but people don't do it enough. I'm going to give you 3 or 4, Dan. In a 1-hour coffee meeting, they should be talking for 45 minutes. Make them feel important. If I'm a real estate agent, I meet a financial planner and I talk for 45 minutes and they never get a chance to talk, they're going to think I'm self-centered. So I'm going to try to get them to talk for 45 minutes. I come prepared with questions and I take notes, even if I don't care. When you're in a networking group, you've been in it 1,000 times, been in the group for 10 years, you've heard it all. Taking notes gives the impression that you care and people respect you for it. So even in a networking event, you walk up to somebody at a networking event and go, hey, the only question everybody ever asks, what do you do? Before you tell me, Dan, could you please give me your card? And I take your card and I go like this. So what do you do? And people will go, well, and you'll see people's whole demeanor change just from, and all I look like, Dan, I'm at a restaurant taking your order.
Sure.
So, Dan, what do you do? What do you specialize in? Awesome. You do real estate. What area do you specialize in? How do you get your business? What types of clients are you looking for? What's the age range? First-time home buyer, empty nesters, investors? What do you like to work with? You start asking those questions. I don't know if you noticed it when I did that. Your head went up and down because I was firing your reticular activating system right there. And you were like, that's good. So when you're talking to someone, you get their head to go up and down. You've got them. So you answer and then you feed back what you wrote down. And that tends to impress people without going too deep. It takes an hour to explain everything I do at a networking event or even a coffee meeting, but take notes, show up on time, good handshake, and make them talk for 45 minutes out of the hour.
What would you say the biggest mistake that you could make besides not doing what you just said?
The biggest mistake, or let's just use most of your viewers real estate agents?
Mostly.
Okay, my wife's a real estate agent, so I'll just be a real estate agent. The main thing, having sat down and on stage so many thousands of real estate agents, and I don't want to insult anyone, but you're just a real estate agent. You didn't cure cancer. So I have found the ego needs to be cut down a little bit, and I'll tell you how it was for me. So I had it's funny you say the Les Brown thing, which I rarely talk about. 12 years ago, I went with Marcella to her company to meet the 2 owners, and they get upset if I talk about wealth, but we're talking about wealthy and successful, to say the least. I walk in, the COO says, I know you want to do this. You want to be successful in land banking. He goes, I looked you up. I know you shared the stage with Les Brown. I know you're a big deal in your world. He goes, but in the land banking world, you're not. And I'm going to give you some advice. And he points and he goes, see the front door over there? I say, yep. And he goes, take that 10-gallon ego hat off. And he goes, hang your ego hat at the door and I'm going to make you rich. He goes, if you can't take that ego hat off, you're going to stay broke just the way you are. And I looked at him and I go, I love you. And I go, not only will I take my hat off, if that's going to make me rich, I'll take all my clothes off. And they go, and him and the owner both go, no. Ego, show up, not showing up late.
Yeah. Taking
notes, because there's just something interesting with the real estate. I don't see mortgage lenders. I don't see financial planners doing it too much. I don't see CPAs getting on TV shows showing the Rolexes and the $50,000 with the jewelry standing next to the Bentley and the Rolls Royce like I do in real estate. And I could have 10 Bentleys and 10 Rolls Royces and all that. I don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's just sometimes there needs to be a little bit of an ego check, especially if I'm telling you in a coffee meeting to ask questions to get them to speak for 45 minutes when I know you want to talk about yourself and how great you are. We all do. Well, we got to turn that off and put the other person on a pedestal, or we're never going to be able to build a referral-based practice.